call the meeting of the Economic Development Committee to order. It is Thursday, October 16th, and the time is 8:06 p.m. And I will take a roll call vote. First up, Rich.
Gazzardi, present.
Lala. You're muted. Lala, can you unmute?
Sorry.
No worries.
Silverage present.
Okay. Mark?
White present.
And John?
Nealon present.
And Reap present. All right. Before we get started, our clerk is absent tonight. Can I get a volunteer to take our minutes?
Got my notes up.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Rich. All right. So Rich will be acting as clerk this evening. So our first order of business are 2 sets of minutes. We'll work on September 25th first. And those were sent out and they're also in the packet. Does anybody have any corrections or comments on those minutes?
Nope.
All right. Can I have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, Mark moved. Do I have a second?
I second.
And Lala seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, I will take a roll call vote to approve the minutes as written. Rich?
Gazzardi, aye.
Lala?
Silverage aye.
Mark?
White eye.
John?
Nealon, aye.
And Reap aye. Okay, next set of minutes. Second, go back. I'm just going through the packet too. And that was October 8th. Thanks, Ian. Any comments, corrections?
Motion to approve the minutes of October 8th.
Okay, we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, Rich seconded. All right, any further discussion? Hearing none. Roll call vote. John?
Nealon, aye.
Mark?
White eye.
Lala?
Silverage aye.
Rich?
Gazzardi, aye.
And Reap aye. Okay, great. I'll get those minutes to the town clerk as our approved minutes. Thanks. All right, so the next agenda item is our Village for a Day. Ian, I'm going to let you take it because there's just so much going on. If you could, I feel like I know everything already. If you could kind of tell everybody what the setup is and how it's all going to roll.
So over the past couple days, I've been continuing my outreach efforts to the businesses. I've begun a map and everything seems to be pretty well set in stone now for Saturday moving forward, assuming no rain randomly comes our way. But it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. So moving forward, this is something like a final product of the map that we'll be handing out at the event. I welcome any comments, questions, concerns for it. I had made the decision of doing one map just because if we were to flip it over and show a whole map of Boxborough, it would really only be Mark's businesses, Bravo Pizza, and Oscar's Burritos. So I figured I could include them on this and just put an arrow down the street, give the address, and hopefully that will grab some attention. And I know, Mark, you had said that you were going to have a sign out for that day.
Yep.
Bravo and Oscars said that they would as well. I'm going to confirm with them tomorrow. But yeah, if this is roughly 30 participants that we'll have spread through Area 1, Area 2, Area 3, and Alpha Cars is included as well. So I mean, we've looked at this map in its early stages, and it's in almost final stage. If you guys have any comments, like I said, I'd be happy to hear them. But yeah, other than that, I've been working with some of the food vendors, the additional food vendors, to ensure that they have all the permits required. So we do kind of have our food concentrated in one here, with Kith and Kin, Boxborough Regency serving desserts, ciders, water, and then kind of a late entry to this was Craft Indian Kitchen, who will be serving some pre-made hot food at their station as well, and they got all of their information and permit in to Neshoba Board of Health. There was kind of a misstep, miscommunication initially with how food would need to be permitted for the event, since the town doesn't have a temporary common victual license. But it is all smoothed out now, and everybody is all set. We do have a lasagneria
Yeah.
down at section area 3. So he'll be serving samples of lasagna and selling whole frozen lasagnas out of his tent. So
Isn't that
yeah,
awesome?
I'm very excited for him. But yeah, so he's based in Holliston, I believe. So we got mostly, I'd say probably about 90% of the businesses and organizations we have are Boxborough, if not Boxborough, Acton, and then the rest are kind of sprinkled through the region. Another thing I'll add is that when we realized we were probably about a week ago, we had under 20 responses and we wanted to get that number out. So Abby and I began reaching out to local organizations, just a few select groups that we typically see at Pfeiffer's Day. So Boxborough Conservation Trust, the Birders, the Minutemen Company, and then the Fire Station Building Committee, coming off what they would consider a successful town meeting, wanted to have a presence at the Village for a Day event as well, and do some tabling, talking, and so they'll be at Area 1 as well. We have kids activities spread throughout. We'll have 2 police details for nearly the entire time. I think I already detailed that in a previous meeting. There will be one. Can you guys see my cursor? Yep. So there'll be one here for the entire event, and then for about 4 of the 4.5 hours, we'll have one down here at this crosswalk. I can't remember. Did I provide an update from MassDOT at the last meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, that
Yep.
we couldn't draw any new crossings.
Yep, correct. Yeah, and I did finally pay attention when I drove into work, and they did definitely restripe here and here.
Yeah.
No update on what they called updated pedestrian visibility. They had filed to have that done. I'm guessing with the signs that exist at this crosswalk. They mentioned this crosswalk, but I haven't received anything yet. So I'd say that's probably enough staring at this map. But I'm gonna be able to print about 150 of these for the event. I've already printed some, and I will maybe be passing them out at Oscar's and Bravo Pizza the day of, the copies that I have, and then keeping 150 or so copies for us during the event. I did not list the Economic Development Committee here because we don't need to take up that space, and as people walk around, they'll see us, they'll stumble across our table and our tables, because at this point we plan on having 2, but I'm happy to discuss that more with you. The focus, and in Abby and I's meeting earlier today, I had asked if part of this meeting we could focus on what you guys deemed important for outreach at this event, at the economic development table or tables, so we can get into that if you guys would like. This vendors map was pretty much just for local setup. I sent to the vendors and sent to the fire department just so they understand where everybody's supposed to be based out of.
Hey, Ian,
Yes.
So I have a question on the map. Have you
Please.
printed that? Have you printed it yet?
This previous one,
Yeah.
I printed a couple copies, but I plan on printing the 150 or so that will pass out at the event the day of. Why? Do you have a suggestion?
I do.
Yeah, please.
The open house at Fine Line Woodworking and Architectural Elements. So 972 Mass Ave, you could
Mhm.
add the distance, which is about a quarter mile.
Down the road. Yeah.
Yeah, 1/4 mile on the left, and then Bravo Pizza, 1/2 mile on the right, whatever the actual measurement is. And that would be
Perfect.
helpful. That would be also helpful for Bravo. Just, people may not know where these.
Yeah.
Right, same thing like for maybe, I know might be hard to squeeze in there, but for Oscars.
In the bottom right as well. Yeah.
Yeah, for Oscars.
I'll figure it out. I
Yeah,
can resize things,
it
but
looks
no, I
great,
like
Ian.
that. I think that works awesome. Thank you. No, it was this is typically Alex gig is Canva, but I was able to get behind the wheel for
Is there-
a little bit.
Hey, Ian, question.
Yeah, please.
Is there a different word for, I know how you have to number these places, so I get it. Is there a different word than area?
Yeah, I'd be happy to
Like I was
I didn't
thinking,
put much thought into it, but I'm happy to edit that as well. Area.
Yeah.
like, is it neighborhood or
Oh,
district?
area,
Huh?
area. Area 1, area 2.
I think what Rich is saying that is maybe we could come up with a better term. Is that what you're saying, Rich?
Yeah, it feels very military.
How about maybe block?
Yeah, block or enclave. We don't want to do enclave because that's
No.
a neighborhood. But like, I don't know. I looked up synonyms. District.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
area sounds good.
No,
No? Pascal says no.
I don't like everyone either.
Yeah, I think the reason that's the reason why Rich was saying like is because it does sound like it sounds kind of
Go on to area 1 and pull all those Jeeps over to
Yes.
I was almost going to say eliminate the numbers, and you're calling it the UCC Church Lawn, the Stowe Road, like Middlesex, like they start to have names, like Four Corners. You could have like that, but I understand what you're doing, is you're trying to show numbers, like, hey, go to 1, go to 2, go to 3. So I appreciate that, but I just wonder, just a different name, like District 1 or Neighborhood 1 or.
Well, I'm just like when
I
we
mean,
talk-
this.
Go ahead.
I'm happy. We don't need to do numbers. That's the other thing. The numbers spawned from the other map that I showed you, where I was listing the vendors and I needed 3 different pictures. So we have this up here, Village for a Day vendor area. If I was just to get rid of these white numbers and then get rid of area 1, area 2, area 3, then people would see that this is Middlesex Bank Plaza.
Oh, there you go.
This is 25 Stowe Road, and that this is at UCC Boxborough. So
Yeah, that's better.
that work? All right. Then
Yeah,
no
and it's
numbers.
Village for a Day. Yeah, not vendor area, but location or something. Vendor location.
Oh yeah, location.
Yes, location. No numbers.
Or maybe instead of area, location 1, location 2.
Sector.
No.
Village for a
Yeah,
Day.
location would work. Village for a Day location area, and then you could just do location 1, location 2, location 3.
All right.
And this way you can
Does
keep the 1,
Pascal
2,
like
3.
that?
Yes.
Thank you, Pascal.
So am I doing location 1, location 2,
Yeah, I
location
think
3?
that's good.
Okay.
Because
Well,
I
what do you
like the
think?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think the location is easy to understand too.
Okay.
For people.
I know it's more letters, Ian.
No. I'll fit it in. I got plenty of room down there.
Okay.
You don't have to. You can take out the word plaza if that's too long. Just Middlesex.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
This looks great, Ian.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
This is really great. And you know, a lot of people are asking like, oh, Village for a Day. Like, so I get some like, oh, that's neat. And I get some like, what are we going to do? Why, with sidewalks? Like, so it'll be interesting to see. Like, I think there's a, as you can imagine in our town, there's a generous dose of pessimism but we'll see.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I'm gonna get there early. Alec is gonna join me around 9:30 or 10 or so. I'll be utilizing DPW's cones to draw out three crosswalks, sorry, all along middle, and so 1, 2, and 3. And then with Alex's help, I'm gonna be drawing probably a 3-foot crosswalk or sidewalk is what we had discussed with the DPW along here. And depending on how many cones we have, we're gonna try to pepper them every 20, 50, 100 feet, just so cars can see it, because the chalk is really only gonna be useful for pedestrians, probably. But yep, so we'll be working here early in the morning. I have sandwich board signs that I put one out today. I have to work on the other one Saturday morning. But it's just, we're going to have two awaiting permission from the UCC, which I'm sure shouldn't be an issue. We'll put one out here, and then we'll put one further down at Liberty Square Road within the town right of way. But right now it's just, I don't know if you guys can see that. No, you can't. I won't try that. It just says Village for a Day and the date and time. So we'll have those out. And then during the event, we'll have one on the corner that says Public Parking Town Hall. And we'll have one that says Public Parking here, and then overflow parking at the school. And we also have overflow parking at 61 Stowe Road. So yeah, and then what was the other thing?
Ian, just 1 second.
Yeah, please.
Friends, chocolate with S it is. It just there's one S needed.
Chocolates.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
That's my vice, because I've probably had about 5 or 6 emails bounce to you because I put two friends
you
chocolate.
just
All right, I'll make sure that gets in there too.
So we didn't hear from Pink Dog?
No.
Okay.
Oh, really? So no interest at all?
Well, Ian and I went in there, and it wasn't the owner that we spoke with, but we did hand the letter and the flyer, and he said he was gonna, pass it to her. And so no, Ian never heard anything back.
No, that was I had followed up with all the businesses after that. I think either that afternoon or the day of, just like the big email blast that went out to emails that were not signed up yet or showed interest, and I just never heard from them. So that was at least 2, probably 3 emails that had gone to them. So yeah, it didn't seem like they were biting on that. Yeah, and then another interesting thing, another fun thing is Alpha Cars is doing a tech talk at 2 p.m. So that's right now one of the only things that is scheduled for a time. I need to coordinate with Sarah Marie Rice, because she'll be stationed around here, and she just won't be able to start at 11:30. Mary Pavlik had let me know about that. And then yeah, other than that, before we look at what a potential poster could look like, I wanted to get a head count and like small schedule going of who plans on attending the event, and what time you'll be available to start setup. So right now I've asked participants to expect to begin setup at 11. So anyone who can get there at 11, that'd be great. If you can't go for the whole time, I understand, but anyone who can come and either be at the EDC table, that'd be great. And I'd like to start putting together a list of who can be at what table, at least one person at each table, or if we're just doing one table, then a list of that. So, did everybody here plan on being at the event? Lala, I of course know that you'll be with your own business during this time. So, yeah, what was everybody thinking or planning for that day?
What are the hours? 11 to
11:30 to 4 is the event, but setup begins at 11 a.m.
Yeah, just one question. Like,
Yeah.
do you think the 11 o'clock is too short for setup time for vendors?
Yeah, so I'd say probably almost about 5 or so vendors have reached out to me and asked to set up earlier. I don't know if it's 5. It might be a little less. A couple vendors have reached out to me and asked to set up early, and I said, feel free. I'll be on site, and I gave them my work phone number, and they have my email if they need to contact me. But I told them to expect, hopefully no earlier than 10:45. So why do you think 11 is too early to set up?
No, I feel it's too late
Too
for a
late.
setup.
Sorry, too late to set up? Yeah.
Yeah, as like, usually like for any setup we will be given not like 2 hours, at least like we need a 1 hour setup because
Mm,
some people come with like, like lasagna, like they have to come with like setup to cook, something to warm and everything needs to get ready. And if the event is starting at 11:30, that will be little tight for people. Depends on like what they're bringing.
yeah.
For me, like without anything of any electricity need, it takes for me at least like 30 to 40 minutes to set up, like, and again,
Thank
depends
you.
on where
Yeah,
the
that's something that I am not aware of as a business owner, and I'm gonna reach out following the email that I sent today with the map. I'm going to send an updated one, and I'm going to let them know that if they would like to set up early, to let me know, and then I can start putting together a list of who we can expect at exactly what time. The only issue with this is Mary Pavlik brought it to my attention earlier today, that freebie market occupies a pretty good portion of that UCC church parking lot. And so I had spoken with, is it Ralph? The other gentleman who leads freebie market, and he said that he would be able to block off roughly 8 spots for us, these ones right at the front of our event, for at least kith and kin to come in and park their trailer for the start of the event. And then several participants can come and drop their stuff off. They can have, however much time they need to get stuff out of their car. Alec and I will be there to help them get stuff out of their car, and then those willing and able will be able to park across the street at Town Hall. And then once the event slows down, they'll all of this parking will open up, and they'll be able to come back in. So that's the only tough part about planning for the setup, is that freebie market will be in that parking lot, but luckily Ralph is working with me to kind of X off about 8 or 9 spots there for us.
Well, it's our first rodeo, so
Yeah.
so next time what we should probably do is allow for vendors to come earlier under certain conditions. I mean, this time you're constrained because of that parking situation there, but and the other spots maybe not, and just means that you kind of have to get there sooner in order to get them situated, which is a problem now in this late hour. But if you can accommodate those people who come back to you and say, "Yeah, I really need an extra 20 minutes," then I'm sure they'll be happy to have it.
So our only like that's the only spot, the church area, that's like really
Right.
constrained on time setup. The Middlesex Plaza, we have to reserve, some of those parking spots in front of the bank. but those folks can set up early if they need to, you know, because further back in the lot. And then over at Stowe Road, at 25 Stowe Road, you know, that's also kind of open earlier. So it's just the vendors that are in location one that we're just going to have to help out and lend a hand so that they can set up early if they'd like to.
Well,
Yeah.
of the 8 spots, there probably won't be more than 8 people who need to get there early. So
Right.
probably
Right.
work
So
out.
I think we can definitely, you know, make it work. We just
It'll work.
don't want to get in the way of freebie. Like that's kind of how it all, you know, plays out.
And yes, I know Mary volunteers with Freebie, and she's kind of the one of the people in charge. I think Ralph was I talked to after Mary. Mary raised these concerns and was doubtful that we would be able to do it. And after talking with Ralph assured me, he was like, "Yeah, we should be able to block off." I mean, he made the offer instead of me asking to give us those 8 or 9 spots at that corner of the lot. So I told him I'm gonna get there early, and we're gonna figure out exactly how much we need. But if we can get 8 or 9 spots, I think it's gonna be a huge help for the setup of that. And I'll probably reach out to the vendors at this section at the UCC and let them know that. That they'll be a little constrained with time, and so maybe I will go through the list and kind of prioritize who might need more time. Tell them to come at 10:40. The ones who need a little less time can come at 10:50, and then so on and so forth. Or starting at 10:30. But I'll start looking into that, and I'll reach out to them tomorrow.
Thanks. Yeah, I
but
mean,
so
if
far,
we can
yeah.
give them extra time, let's give them extra time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we should be able to work around it. So, yeah, I think, yeah, that'll be good. So Ian, back to your original question about, you know, who's going to be available. I had plans to be available all day. I know the event ends at 4. I'm really hoping that we can kind of get things packed up and I can get home kind of like right after that because that
Well, it's really the pack up is each of the vendors has to pack all their stuff up. We have, I think Ian, help me out. We're going to have a couple EDC tables, so we're going to have that stuff to throw in somebody's car, but it's the cones, right? I mean, it's really all about the vendors. And so I think we just need to make sure somebody's there to make sure, like, you know, everybody leaves, nobody gets robbed, you know.
and there's no garbage left over. Like we got to
Right.
make sure that everything's cleaned up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can come at the tail end to kind of police the tail end of it,
Okay.
but otherwise I got to kind of be in the open house area.
Mhm.
I can be,
Sounds good.
you know, come out and help out too, like, you know, maybe I don't know, after 3, if you need anything.
so if Lala, you've got Middlesex at the close, and Mark, you have
Yeah, just tell me where to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Mark, maybe you can get the UCC church around 3 or 3:30, and then Lala can do the same at Middlesex. I think that might help us at least with the closeout for
Yeah.
it.
So I had told Ian that I have 2 canopies and 2 folding tables. So I was going to bring those for the EDC for our setup. And what I was thinking was that we would have, you know, 1 table down at Middlesex and 1 table up at UCC, hoping that we would hit everybody that is visiting at one of those places to give them a copy of the map and then have our display. And that's, I think, Ian, we were going to talk about that next, about what are we doing at these tables? What are we hoping to accomplish here? Because it is, you know, a walkability exercise, but it's also an opportunity for us to gather data. So what I had suggested to Ian was that he print up the conceptual design from the tie and bond report that shows the final well, we don't want to call it final, the conceptual plan of the walking paths and all that stuff. And so that we would have one of those on an easel at each table, but then as far as asking people for what their vision is, thought about having an easel with Post-it notes for people to be able to give feedback right on the spot about. Yeah, go ahead, Ian.
Sorry, this.
It's okay.
I'm trying to. All right.
Now that Pascal's listening, she had an ad for it. She goes, well, why don't I put up, like, she'll do the food at my place and then do a Say Lafette location. So Ian, you could add Say Lafette at 972 Mass Ave also.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Awesome.
Because she can't be here, but she could sure
Mhm.
set it up for me and leave a nice little layout there for people to come
Brain.
eat from.
And yeah, so your business cards, Pascal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll put my card. I'm sorry, I just had like a brain
Explosion.
when I'm listening, because I sorry I couldn't be part of it, but I would love to.
This is great.
So it just gives more pull to that location.
Yep.
And then she can get her stuff in front of people. She can feed them, which is really good because I'm going,
People
oh,
like
gee,
food.
what am I going to do for food?
Right. Right. So so Ian and I talked about, again, having the display. He's got it right up here. Like, why are we doing this? And then we wanted some interactive exercise where people not just spend a lot of time, because people are going to want to circulate, but just an opportunity to give us some kind of feedback about what they would like to see. How, what's their vision for a village center? What do they think it should look like? So we
Yeah.
thought about providing Sharpies and Post-it notes for them to just stick up there. And then also having a sheet on the table where we could collect their names and email address if they would like to be added to a list to kind of stay up to date. So we could also do a follow-up survey with them after the event.
Great idea.
Totally open to suggestions.
That's a smashing idea. I mean, because that's really what this is about, is to let the people in town understand what value this might bring. I mean, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
So you'll have a table set up with that kind of ability to let people fill something out.
Yes. Yeah. And again, 2 tables, one down at Middlesex and then one up at UCC, so we can capture, because if somebody only goes to one location, then we miss them. And I really, really want to try to get as much data as we can.
It's great.
It's an opportunity. I don't want to waste it.
Huge. Yeah.
And just
So I have
to be-
this. I have this as a start. Is this something you guys want to see more text in? Is this something you just want to see images that we can refer to? This is separate. I'll add, this is separate than the poster board. We will have that ask the question. And I don't think we've perfectly nailed down the question for the visioning exercise, have we, Abby?
No, we haven't.
Okay. You've said it a couple.
I'm waiting for our committee to help.
Okay.
The
Well, could you toss up what you had originally proposed, Abby? I just want to write it down.
Yeah, so I think a good question, again, I haven't really formed it, is to ask people, what is their vision for a village center? What would they like to see? How would they like it to look, and what kind of businesses do they want? I don't know. Somebody help me out here.
Do you want a sheet of paper where they fill out like a mini survey? And
I think what we wanted to do was just kind of make it quick and easy for them to show up, and just for the initial data, a little Post-it note where they could just post an idea if we give them a prompt of some sort. And then the follow-up would be a short survey.
yeah, you could ask, what do you want from a village center in Boxborough?
I just make a comment is that the largest map on the page, that I see here has these two orange lines that at first glance, because it bracketed, proposed municipal parcel or development, made me think that that was like a selected parcel.
Oh,
So you should probably get rid of the orange lines because it tends to bracket that quadrant.
yeah, you're right.
And so, and then you probably, I mean, I forget what our consultants came up with, but I mean, it should extend to the west some.
It does.
Okay, so
that corner.
So those orange lines throw me. Okay, so
Which orange lines?
the big orange lines.
That's the
No,
sidewalk.
This,
That's a proposed sidewalk.
Oh, yeah, except for it tends to, I mean, first glance, you look at that and you're thinking that there's a proposed municipal parcel development here that we're talking about, and all of a sudden you don't see the other ones. So the orange, I mean, yes, the sidewalks are important,
yeah.
but I'd get rid of them for this exercise.
Well, I guess
Well-
this is a picture in the study, right? I mean, this is
Yeah.
not an editable
Yeah.
file.
Oh, okay, well, you can't edit it then.
Yeah, so Mark, the reason why this ended up like that is that when we did our follow-up focus group, the number one thing that came out of that was walkability.
Yeah.
And so I think that when Sharon went back, she highlighted the proposed sidewalk, like that's what it was. That's what, this was about. And actually, this might really be a good thing to point to because we're going to speak to it. They're not just going to walk up and say, oh, it's only this quadrant, because we can speak to all of the different areas. I mean, if you notice where 72 Stowe Road is here,
Okay.
she shows it as kind of developed. So when we're speaking to people about this map, we'll be able to say, this is about walkability, and then here are the areas that Ty and Bond proposed as development possibilities. We can talk about zoning, talk about setbacks, all of those things that came into this.
Okay, well, there's no sidewalks on Stowe Road, so again, this is some proposed thing, and again, the orange lines stand out as like circling something to me, okay? That's my only comment. So, I mean, if you left the sidewalk, the orange line up the middle to kind of indicate that's where 111 is, I'd say fine. But the one that goes down, there's no sidewalks on Stowe Road, so
It's proposed.
I understand. I mean, but again, I mean, you kind of want to cast a wide net here, and well, again, it's my thought when I see it.
Is this I thought there was an updated picture, because the other thing that's concerning is a potential affordable residential housing, a parcel that might be a fire station, that might be nothing. Like,
That's right.
I thought we talked to her about it, and I thought she came up with an updated picture. I don't know.
We did talk to her about it afterwards because, Rich, you were at that focus group.
Yep.
Lala, you were there too. And there was one person that lives in Boxborough Meadows that was like flipping out because oh, really? And he was upset because the page in the report said final design or something. And so we had asked her to go back and change it, but I don't know if she actually changed the picture, Rich, or if she just changed the wording so it didn't say final.
Might have been the wording.
I don't think it's in this version.
It might have been the wording that she changed.
I think it was, and now I can't get onto the town website. It's
Well, I guess after this vote, we got to be careful what we put on this sheet. So,
Yeah, I think I think it's a study concept. If you go back to them, I think if you have a few images, this was preferred. Is there an image that doesn't do anything with that site
But
in the
still,
report?
like a similar image of the
Yeah.
village.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, how
geez.
about that one? Yeah. No, not that one.
Yeah, so that said
Yeah.
final concept plan.
How about that
That's
one?
something. And then, I mean, this is specifically that, right? So you just do this.
Yeah, that top one.
I mean, Cap.
The problem
I
with
like
that
that
is
better 'cause it doesn't
tie,
oh, right.
it doesn't tie what's existing together.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we go with what we had. And we just say, well, that was a point in time in the study.
Yeah.
Well, then you should label it as such.
Label specifically that parcel or put like
Just a header.
yeah, something under it that says this is a screenshot from a 2023 study, yada yada yada. Okay, I'll make sure I include I won't call it a disclaimer, but effectively a disclaimer.
Effectively, yes, right.
The other thing is that housing is way back. I've walked that land as part of the MBTA communities. It's like a cliff.
72.
Yeah, off the back side of that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're putting housing right up to the edge, you're like your elevation is much higher than the neighborhood below it.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It all drops off, or it starts to drop off early. So you're building into the back side of a hill. It looks kind of pretty on a picture, and it doesn't really lay out that way.
Okay, I will definitely be able to include that under that.
Yeah.
I think right here is good. And then
So Ian, were you
Yeah.
thinking, and there's a lot of white space on the side of this. What were
Yeah.
you thinking for the other side?
this is what I have now. I didn't have as much time as I thought I would today, but after this meeting, I'm gonna polish it off. I'm gonna have Alec print 2 of them tomorrow morning. And I can certainly rearrange any of this. And I'll ask this, did you guys want any text on this, or did you guys just want to have it in the background as images that we can speak to when we're talking about this exercise? I mean, I can really go either way. I'm flexible. It's you guys' event and you guys who will be speaking to it. So I'm able to do whatever you guys would like to see on this.
I think the word conceptual needs to be prominent.
Mm-hmm.
So what would a conceptual village center look like?
No, I
Or
disagree. No, because we're saying what could a village center look like
Okay.
in Boxborough? We've got this
Then-
map, as long as the map says, concept prepared by Ty and Bond.
yeah, okay.
I think that's fine. One of the other thoughts that I had is if we're talking, Ian and I talked about this adaptive reuse, and you all probably remember, maybe not all of you, but what West Acton used to look like before they made the West Acton Village. It was just a series of separate buildings, rundown barns and houses, and then they put it together and made this little village. And so one thought I had was, should we have pictures of what's currently there on 111 as well? The trade, the 4 trade buildings, maybe that could be turned into something else. Just pictures of what's the properties that are already in this area on 111, just to say, hey, here's what's here now. Maybe it could look like something else. I don't know, just a thought. Because the example of West Acton is over there on the left side. It doesn't show what it used to look like, unfortunately, but
Well,
the Harvard General Store does.
I think it's a great idea, and it, without getting specific to like the landowner and it kind of drives to the whole issue of look and feel, design, and getting people's, do people give a damn, right? Like, so what do people want to, like, to me, it's like, what use do you want, and what do you want it to look like? I think are a couple different things to gather from people, and that should feed what we decide to do for zoning, for design. That's like I appreciate collecting the data. I just don't know how, like, if we're working the table, then you're right. We should have some cued questions, some stickies, and people can put their thoughts on the board. It can get a little crowded though.
That would be a separate board, not this one.
Okay. I like it. Maybe there's like 3 key questions. Like what do you want from a village center? What is what do you want it to look like?
Well, we could kind of, not to lead them, but we could ask what they think is most important for a village center.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
again, we're leaning a little bit toward the walkability. Yeah, again, I don't want to lead so much, but
Yeah, asking somebody what you want it to look like, they're not going to say ugly.
well, they might say, West Acton, but I think, yeah, we don't have to, but I think if we say, most important component or,
Right. Yep.
what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say thing.
Yeah, what's the most important element?
Element, thank you.
Area. What's the most, what area do you like the best?
No, I'd say element because we're saying, like, are they saying they want, some people might not care about walking and they might care about what it looks like.
Right.
So it might just be aesthetics. Other people might say the most important element for a village center is, sidewalks.
Yep.
Somebody else might say the most important element is the type of businesses that are there.
Yep. Somebody else may say a village green.
Exactly. So I
What are the
think
most
maybe that's our question.
important
What is the
elements?
most
Yeah.
important element for a village center? And that would be a separate board with the little stickies, and they can write one word, they can write a couple of things, we'll put them up there, we'll collect all of that stuff.
And then
Alec
have
loves
them-
to do this.
Yep. I think that's the one question is simple. And then you can always put like on one big part of the board, you can have what's the most important element. And another part you can say other thoughts. And they can just put random thoughts.
Can I ask one clarifying question? Is it what are the most important elements or what is the most important element?
What is?
What is?
Is.
We don't need 50 people coming up with 8 things each, right? Like what's the, like on the sticky note, what's the one thing?
Wonderful.
Forces people to prioritize.
And it helps us kind of see what the focus is going to be. And it makes it short. We want people to just kind of stop in, get an idea of what this is, and then go shop, go talk to other people,
Take a walk up to
take a walk. Yeah. So what is the most important element in a village center or for a village center? What do you think? In a village center, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So that'll be the separate thing. This poster. So, okay, I see what you did here.
I'm
Ian.
gonna, so yeah, I when you mentioned there's no before pictures of West Acton,
Yeah.
when I was building this, I realized I'll at least include, where the heck is it? You can go, this is 2025, you can go all the way back to 2003. So I think
Whoa.
a satellite image wouldn't hurt to show next to that. So
Wow, is there a
I'll probably include that.
2003?
There's before 2000. There's a 1985. Oh yeah. There you go. Maybe something like that. But yeah, no, I'll include something like that to show with West Acton.
Great.
And
Excellent.
so is this so far this vibe, this general peppering of relevant images, and I'm gonna include the sources and where they exist. Does this look fine to everybody? We'll have the additional visioning question and sticky note board alongside this. But if this looks pretty good, then I can continue with this and
Yep.
send it over to Alec for printing in the morning.
I'm good with it. Anybody else have anything that they,
Nope, I'm good.
I mean, obviously you're
Okay.
gonna make it so there's not so much white space. You're gonna,
Yeah.
great. I like it. I think this is great. It gives us something to speak to. And then they can do their little exercise, put their name and email address down, and we're good.
Put a QR code as well that leads to this.
Yeah, QR code will be maybe mandatory, but the reason is like not many people will give like email and phone number like just like that. But if it is like somewhere in a form for town, they will just openly say.
So we should have two options. We should have a QR code that goes to a Google form so they can just fill out their name and their email address. But we should also have a piece of paper with the lines
Yep.
because some people are just going to want to write it.
Yep.
But I think the QR code is key. I agree.
And it's
So,
getting on the
sorry.
list of what? What list are they getting on?
That's what we're going to start. We're going to start a list for for people who have shown interest in what the EDC is doing.
Yep, Friends of EDC or Friends of Village Center. Or,
I was going to say, so it's a great opportunity to actually get new members on the EDC, and I got one for you already,
Who?
Pascal.
Ah,
She's hearing this meeting, and she goes, "I'll do that." And so that's the
I
thing.
love
is
it.
When people hear what's going on, they get interested.
Agree.
And so you can use this as a way to either, I mean, Friends of EDC is good if you get too much people. I mean, but it's also a way to get people on the EDC because I mean we're authorized for up to what, 9?
9.
Yeah.
But remember, if we have 9, then we had our quorum is we have to have
You're
6
right.
to meet a quorum.
Right. We got a full quorum now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because now we're 6 people.
Need
But we're
five.
only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Four. Need
Right.
four.
But we only need 4.
Need four.
Right. So up to how many are we still?
So
still
if
for?
we had 7, which I think would be a great number. I mean, I don't mind 9 either, but if we had 7, then we would need 5.
5. Do we have 6 people?
We do.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we do. Okay, well, put Pascal.
I would love more people. Pascal, you really interested?
Yes, I am. I am.
All right, we'll
And
talk.
I'm so sorry I couldn't be part of this time, but I was scheduled to work like months ago. So,
Yeah, this
but
is our
I
first
would
one.
love to be part of your group, of your committee. So
All
great.
right. Okay.
I'm
So,
in.
So you got a potential enrollment. And that could work for you on the greater scale as you show people pictures and they get interested in this, then
yeah, they're like, wow, this is great. I want to make this
they
happen.
want to be a part of it, right?
Yeah.
Interested in joining the EDC? Talk to the select board.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
All right. Cool. So Ian, thank you for putting this together. And then our other blank piece will just have the question at the top.
Mhm.
And
And
that's pretty good.
we'll have the sign up sheet as well. I wanted to ask Lala, you had mentioned the QR code.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to include one on this poster that led to this page, but you were referencing something else. I wanted to make sure that I captured that. Were you speaking to people who wanted to answer
Yes.
the visioning question? Okay. All right. Perfect.
I think like
will.
whatever we have like in written, we should have it digital too. So having QR code with all the information, I think that's the easiest way for us to have everything in one place rather than taking out inputting, like we can try to promote people to do by QR most of the time. Maybe
Mhm.
like I feel like that's the way to do. But yeah, but I understand because there are some people who doesn't go digital, so we have to have like both ways too. But I think like more people are used to QR codes now, and they will be okay. And also, it's coming from a town, it is valid, so I can be comfortable to give my email and contact details. Whereas like
Right.
outside, I won't be.
So I do want to point out, Lala, and I don't think it's just me. Whenever I've been in the Middlesex Bank Plaza, I have no signal. I for some reason like I can't access anything. So
I know.
we definitely need the backup
Yeah, sure.
for that
Yeah.
Yeah, whichever
station.
works for the event, but eventually maybe that's something we have to think to make it like all the details in one place rather than having like all over the place.
Yeah,
Um,
I know a QR code for at least the sign up as well will make my life a lot easier when I have to
that's
write down
exactly what
everybody's.
I when
Okay.
Lala said that, it's just super easy. You set up the Google sheet.
I'll make a couple. I'll make one for the sign up. I'll make one for the visioning board. I'll make one that can go on this poster. I think Alec has a Bitly subscription at this point, so he'll be able to get them all printed and on this poster.
That's great.
So
All right,
one
good.
more thought I have is like, can we have like any Facebook page or any social that we can, start it so that way we can guide them to, even like for the businesses, like, we can just ask them to follow us. So that way we can feature them like how the West Acton Village they do, like, anything anyone post, they pre-post it. If you want to do something or you want to say for businesses something is happening in the town, it's easy to reach people, like this opportunity we can have it in that way too, to ask people to be part of it, so
I
that way they will
agree.
be more informed. And if they want to reach us, we are anyone can take the questions and we can discuss and we can reply, like, it will be more easier.
Yeah. We definitely should start a social media presence.
Yeah, because when I was starting a business, like I went to town, that's long time back, but no one even mentioned about EDC to me, to be very honest, until like, and I came to the grant application, like I was not knowing anything about EDC.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be like, I know like now more, awareness is there, but still like I would think like we need to make, public know there is something, like if you want to start a business, there's like something we can help you.
Right. And that was actually the point of starting a website, to have like how to navigate your way through all the permitting and such.
Yeah.
But so we need that. That's kind of one component, but I think having the social media component is really important for an event like this, and just to keep people engaged with what's going on, especially like Thinking Flower is going to open in a couple of weeks. It would be great for the town even to promote a new business. The town should be promoting all Boxborough businesses.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like, now we don't know so many businesses are there in the sheet, but we didn't know, like, at least I don't know many of them.
Right.
So,
Yeah. And how are your social media skills? Are they good?
I mean, I know social media, I think, so I can figure it out.
All right, let's talk about that. We're not going to get that solved tonight, but I do think if everybody's in agreement that we should head down that road.
Yeah, speaking of social media, I'm in agreement. How do we get like, what's our sense of people coming to this?
You
How are
mean
we getting?
numbers?
Yeah, is the word out?
The word is out. And I know that we will have, we're going to have kind of that captive audience coming out of Freebie, because they're giving away Halloween costumes.
Yep.
And food. But the Blanchard PTF is coming, and they're doing some sort of kids activity. The library's promoting it because they have a spooky story walk that same day. Megan told our food vendors, or the ones that she was dealing with, Kith and Kin, we thought when they asked for numbers, she said between 175 and 200. It's anybody's guess, really.
Yeah. How do we have, are we out there on social media? Town center, I know everything's been consumed by the freaking town meeting, but now that that's over.
I can check with, I know Rajan is kind of on that. I am sending out the map to the town hall for their posting to the website, and I'll also cue him into that and see if the flyer, the map can be posted as well on social medias instead of just the website. Yeah, I will get us as on top of the social media side as I can.
Yeah, I mean, what about Boxborough Town Center? Is that a site that we can drop something on, or no?
I don't know. Don't you have, isn't
Is that
that
a website?
a group?
Yeah.
Who manages that Facebook
Keith
page?
Lyons.
I think he's away because he said he wasn't going to be around this weekend.
Well, anybody who's a poster to who's,
Yeah, I'm on the group.
Oh, you are? Okay, so you can post it.
Oh, good. Yeah, please post it if you can. Other than that, I might mention it in my email to vendors tomorrow that they're more than welcome to use the adverts we've produced to advertise on their own socials, and
That would be good. Yeah, if they promote it.
Rich, are you gonna post the thing to that group?
Maybe. Seems logical.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's gonna say no to it. I mean, it's not that heavily moderated.
And
There's a few
it's
of
not.
them.
This isn't political.
No, right.
And there's a few of them that are like, isn't there the Friends of Boxborough or Boxborough
Yeah, there's a
Neighbors?
bunch of different sites, pages, groups.
Well, there's two that I'm aware of.
Okay.
So if you send me the whatever flyer, Ian, in digest in something that I could just cut and paste in, I'll do it. I'll do at least
sounds
that
good.
one.
I'll send you the flyer and the map once I make all the changes to the map.
All right. And if you guys see, if anybody sees it, you can just like it, and that'll just spread it.
Thanks.
Yes. Yeah. Good idea.
All right. So as far as being at the event, John, are you planning to be there?
Yeah, sorry, I was driving.
It's okay.
So it sounds to me like Mark and Lala are going to be tied up with their things, so it's probably better for me to help on the earlier stage if they're covering kind of the later stage.
Okay.
I don't know if I was going to be there the entire event, but at least for a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
The only thing I had planned so far was I was going to hang out in front of the porta potties and charge an access fee, cash only. But
Great idea.
I don't know, Ian. What do you need me to do?
No, I think your plan's good. It'll get us level funding for this next budget year and pay off our porta potty debt. No, I think being there. What was that?
I have to share.
I think you're right. I think it'll be good to be there. If you can be there at 11, I think it'd be good to help at least Abby, myself, and Alec and I will kind of be looking at the vendors in the event. So Abby will probably need help setting up the tables for 11:30. So 11 would be great. 10:45 would be great as well. But yeah, feel free to stick around.
Where though? Where do you want me?
So we need to be in both locations. So we need to set up the pop-up and the table and all the materials in both locations. So
Okay, where do you want to start?
I would say start because we'll block off the parking lot Ian, we'll be able to have some cones in the Middlesex Bank parking lot, right, to block off.
Yes. Yeah. Cones I can't guarantee, but I will. I'll find something that can block stuff off, and then by the time the event's moving, drivers won't be going into there unless it's an emergency access vehicle. I'm not sure on the number of cones. That's the only reason I'm saying that. But it might be best to start at the UCC church around 10:45,
Okay.
and then because that's kind of our window of opportunity, and it might take a little longer with freebie going on. And then by the time we're set up down there, you guys can head over to Middlesex and then set up over there for 11:30. And I will give you the supplies that you need to bring to Middlesex.
Okay.
And then you can drop off either yourself or one of you two at Middlesex, and then we'll be right around 11:30.
All right. What about you, Rich? What's your availability that day to work the EDC table?
Yeah, I mean, I'm available if you want me to. Probably the earlier side's better.
Okay.
But
No, that's
what-
great. Megan's coming from Western Mass. She's gonna get to the event probably like close to a quarter to noon or noon. So we'll plug her in. And Ian and Alec will have them as well. So we have, 2 tables. We just need at least one person at each, location. So I think it'll be fine.
Do you want, so John, how long do you think you're going to be at that location at Middlesex, or where are you going to be? If we could get people sort of assigned to tables for chunks of time, then we can just make sure we're I can fill in for somebody. If John, you're going to be setting up and you're going to be there till 2 or whatever, I can come and fill in or whatever. I mean, I'm.
Yeah, so I'm going to plan on being at UCC at 10:45. Help set up there, then go down to Middlesex. Once we set up at Middlesex, I have to deposit a couple of pounds of gold anyway, so maybe I'll stay down there for a while.
Okay.
Sounds
And Abby, do you want me to go to? What do you want me to? Do you want me to go up to UCC? Or are you going to be working that table, or I can fill in for somebody? at
Again,
some
I
point,
was gonna bounce back and forth.
Okay.
And Megan she's probably willing also to do some back and forth, although I think she definitely wants to make sure she gets to see her friend Sarah perform music. So we'll have to check with her. But I think if we all meet there at 10:45 maybe we meet at 10:45 at UCC. So at least to get stuff set up.
Yep.
And then, split up the duties for times, and people are going to need a break. I definitely want to walk around too. So
Okay, that sounds good.
yeah, and
So,
Ian, you and Alec will also be working.
Yeah,
on
Alec
it.
is gonna head out probably around 2. It's his girlfriend's birthday, so we're lucky to have him at any point at that day, and she's gonna be there as well. So he's gonna be at the tables for some time, and he wants to poke around to each of the businesses, but I'm sure once he does that, he'll be able to park at a table for an hour or so before he heads out. I plan on doing the same, just poking around and touching each of the tables, and then I'll be at the. I'll do that whenever I have a window to, but I'll be at the table, whichever table or tables. I guess only one table. Whichever table needs me, I can be there for. So I'll also be able to be at either. So I can count on John setting up or helping set up and staying at the Middlesex Bank Plaza table until at least 1 or so, however long you can, and then I can stay there with someone or by myself until the afternoon. And then Abby will be bouncing around. Megan will be there around 12 or so, and we'll kind of have her fill in the gaps. And then Rich Did you sorry, did you say you had a preference on where you'd be?
No, I mean, I'll meet at 10:45 to help set up, and then I can work a table, help with vendor setup,
That's
um,
great.
whatever. And then even if I mean, I can fill in wherever.
Mhm. And then around 3 or 3:30 or so, we can expect Mark and Lala to come in and help us break down and get everything all settled. But I'll be there until probably about 4:30 or 5, breaking down and making sure that the parking lot is cleared out in advance for tomorrow, Sunday's Diwali Fest.
Are we getting? Do we have trash cans? How is trash being handled?
Yes, I thought of that today, and I talked to DPW. We're gonna get some stuff from them tomorrow to do
Okay.
that, and then we're probably just gonna keep it on site at the town hall. And I still have to work out the exact details with them, but yeah, it's something that kind of slipped my mind until
I never
today.
thought of it either, so thanks for bringing
Yep.
it up.
Ian, have you mentioned when, is there any time between, between 4 and 5, the vendors have to move out, or we've just not said anything, when do they have to be
No,
done?
I think I'd be surprised if every vendor is still there at 4. I think around 3:30 to 4 it will begin fizzling out, and I mean, depending on the foot traffic, we will really have no idea. But I did say it's until 4. What I was mentioning about the parking lot was that Town Hall is just going to shut its parking lots during Diwali Fest on Sunday, so I'm just going to put sawhorses out. All the other lots, they're public lots, so my job once 4 p.m. strikes is just to make sure all the vendors are out in a somewhat timely fashion by 4:30, at least by 5, and make sure that everything is picked up as well. So yeah, no strict timeline for that.
Okay.
All right. All right. So I think, are we pretty well covered under number 2 on our agenda?
I think we are. I'd say we are. I have a
Right.
little more work tomorrow. I'm going to be
Yeah.
finishing up, and tonight, but
Yeah.
I think we're in a pretty good spot.
All right. All right. So let's move on to budget review.
Forgive this image of the ledger that I have for us. But this is the FinCom had asked for budget review reports from each of the committees, and Alec had then passed that information to me. So we did it for ConsCom, we did it for the Sustainability Committee, and we're doing it for all of the boards and committees that we represent. So this is our FY26 ledger, and they had specifically asked to see level funding through FY27. And if you'll see here, we have a couple allocated amounts: $1,000, $1,000, and then $2,250. So that would set our budget at $4,250, and that's what we have been asked to look at for the next fiscal year. That same number.
Well, I don't think we can certainly can't expect any more. I hope we don't have to cut it, but
Yeah, I think. Do we have a? I see where you just plugged in the $1,000 mass econ, but what's our estimate right now, given this event, which is coming out of outreach, and we're going to have the business breakfast, and then I don't know, were we bringing back Ty and Bond for something? So, do we have what's our forecasted to go here?
Well, we were going to ask Sharon, possibly, and we haven't done so yet, to ask Sharon if she would consider presenting at the business breakfast.
Right.
We don't necessarily have to do that. If we come up with something, if we want to do something different at the breakfast, that's totally fine. I mean, maybe we can come up with something that doesn't cost us any money. But that was the one thing that, might cost money that we haven't allocated, and Alec has always indicated that he has some another line item that he can often help us out with, like transfer.
Yeah. I mean, but we're like right now we're spending, we approved $1,000 for this event, right? For Village for a Day. And are we
Yes.
going to spend it? Is that pretty much getting spent?
Not even half of it, I'd say. So we have about 230 that we're allocating to the porta potties, and other than that, the off purchases that I've made at Ace Hardware have so far reached about $30. I anticipate maybe spending 30 or 50 or so more. So it's really not significant. The amount that for
All right.
at least just Village for a Day, the outreach amount is not significantly detracting from our outreach budget here.
Business breakfast runs about 800. So
Okay,
About
good to know. Yeah,
1,000.
I can't speak on the other events. I haven't worked with those or seen those budgets yet, but
So we're probably looking at another 1,000 against the 20, or looking at a total of maybe 1,500 against the 2,250 so far that I can have line of sight to. I think a level budget's fine, Abby. I mean, I guess that's where I was heading, trying to get my head around this.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to. I mean, I think if we ask for level budget, if we get pushback, then we can talk more about, where we, could maybe come down a little bit. But I think let's go with the level budget and see if we can get that through. We don't have a legitimate reason to ask for more money.
Well, no, I know, and I think here's the thing I see coming ahead of us, right? So, at least as a member of the planning board, I intend to bring forward, and I've already socialized this, Mass Ave zoning, and that's planning board. I get it, but this is going to tie to what's in the center of town, and we're going to apply for grants, and we don't want to spend town money to the extent that we don't have to, but we may need some consulting help as we think through how we go about the zoning. And I realize that's planning, but part of this might be economic development.
Got it.
So we're kind of like going into a critical time, and I get it. Like we gotta spend our money wisely. I understand that.
Yeah. All right. Ian, do we need to take a vote on this?
yes.
Okay.
Would you like the motion?
Yes, please.
Yeah, you would move to approve the $4,250 budget for fiscal year 27 as shown in the ledger provided.
So move.
Thank you, Mark. Mark moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, Rich seconded. Any further discussion on the budget? All right, hearing none, I will take a roll call vote. Lala?
Selvaraj, aye.
Rich?
There's already
Mark?
White eye.
John?
Neil and I.
And Reap, aye. Thank you, Ian. All right. I don't have any additional information for a report. I did speak with Alec briefly last night after town meeting to ask him about some progress at Oscars. And I think he was going to check into that. Ian, you probably don't have any update on that either.
No,
right?
I don't. He wasn't able to give me anything about
Yeah.
that after last night. No.
Yeah. So why don't we set our next meeting? Because I don't know if we did that. I think we just, can we get back to just one meeting a month? It would be
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah. Please. So moved. Yeah.
Yeah. Typically we have met on the third Thursday in November. That would be the 20th. So the week after that is Thanksgiving. So is everybody good with November 20th, or would you prefer to do it the week before on the 13th?
I'm okay with the 20th.
For me, it doesn't.
I just
I'm
have
okay.
to check for CPC.
Oh, right. CPC, when do you guys meet? I thought
Normally the first, I think, but
yeah, it's
so
usually the first Thursday.
it is a busy month, I think, for them following their final submissions. I'm seeing the 6th, John, but
Yep.
I'm not seeing anything else on the 13th. I mean, I'm seeing other things that aren't the CPC on the 13th. And
Or the
currently,
20th.
you are slotted for Thursday, November 20th at 7:30 p.m. in the Morse Hilberg room, if you plan on keeping it hybrid.
Oh, we're slotted for that.
Yes, you
For
are
the 20th.
currently slotted for that.
Oh, okay. All right, let's put that on the calendar. That gives us a few weeks off.
What date is that? I'm sorry.
Thursday, November 20th.
Okay. Yep.
Like I said, it gives us a few weeks off, and after our village day, Ian and I can get together and look at all the data and get that ready for everybody. But it's not, there's nothing urgent that's going to happen before then.
So it's going to be at 7:30?
Yeah, is everybody good with 7:30, or do you want it at 8 o'clock?
7:30 is good.
7:30. Okay.
Yep.
All right. We'll try to do hybrid. It depends. I mean, I do love an in-person meeting. I think, it's better, but it'll be dark by then. But anyway, let's put it in for hybrid next meeting. All right. Do
Motion to adjourn.
I have a second?
Second.
All right. Mark moved, Rich seconded. Roll call vote. Lala,
Silverage, aye?
Rich,
Bizardi, aye.
John,
You and I.
Mark,
White eye.
and Reap I. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Ian.
Hey, Ian, before you drop,